First, we power on the machine by the DC-12 power supply and plug in the Ethernet cable. Connect the other end of the cable to the switch and router, which is in the same network segment with the computer, waiting about 10 seconds. Open the IP search tool on the computer. Search the IP address of the device. We click Search. Now you can see that the default IP address of the device has been searched on the computer. Next, we will check if the IP address of the machine and the computer are on the same network segment. If they are not on the same network segment, they need to be changed to the same. Otherwise, there is a problem with the connection. We right-click the network on the computer. Select Properties. Click Ethernet. Select Details. We can see that the computer's IP address is segment 0. In this way, we can change the IP address of the device to 0 segment directly through the IP search tool. We return to the IP search tool interface. We select the device to modify the IP. Here, the third place is the network segment. If you want to change it to 0, change it here. The fourth position must not conflict with other devices on the name. For example, 186. The third place of the gateway also need to be changed. Then click to modify. In this case, we can see that the IP address has been modified. Then we open the computer client. To log in the PC client, the username is admin and the password is 123456. That's the default. This is the default IP address of the device. Here we input the modified IP address of the device. Then click Connect. This side is a preview interface. This is the phase of management. This is a log view. This is the visitor's log view. This is the parameter configuration. The next column here is the capture display area. This is the area where the face-to-face comparison results displayed. We enter the IP address of the device. Then click Connect. Now we can see the display. We can capture the faces. Now there is no face added to the face database, so his face won't show on the right display column. We click on Face Database Management, then click Add. This is the way for capture. Someone needs to stand in front of the machine first. Then click on Capture. Then enter the ID. Enter the name. Check the other information. If there is no problem, just click Enter. That means it's being added. Then we can go back to the live display interface. Let's get another capture of the face. If you add a face to the face database successfully, it will appear in the blank area on the right.
Pass. Unrecognized.
Let's go back to the face database. Let's take a look at the other two additions. The first type is individual import. Individual import means directly import the face image from the computer. We select the picture, then enter the ID, enter the name, check the gender. If age or cell phone number or card number is required, fill it in. Then click Enter. Now we have successfully added two faces, and here is the modify. This means deleting single face. We can delete this first. This is delete. Then we can also import a bark. Click on Bark Import. For the batch import, the first thing is to name the picture of the face according to the rules here. For example, the ID number, and the name of the face, and gender, and age or cell phone number or ID number. We need to name it first. Then the picture is in JPG format. Uniform in one folder. Here means I have put it here already. For example here, ID name and gender. We can also add age. That means it's being named well. Then we go back to the bark at the interface. Click this to select the folder we just did. Then click OK. Here are 4 pictures in here. We click Start Import. Now is the batch import. Now we can see that there are 5 people showing on the human face interface. The export of this image means to export the image of the face database to the computer. For example, here's 5 images. If it's exported, it's 5 pictures. Let's fill out the folder. We choose to export. We save it on the desktop. Click OK. Then click on Start. That's how it came out. Click OK and go to the desktop. It's showing here. This one just came out. There are 5 pictures of human faces. Let's go back to the face database interface. Here are synchronized face information. Here are the synchronized face picture. If this PC client connects a new device, we will have to manually click to synchronize face information and face pictures. That means the computer client will directly synchronize the device face database to avoid the mistake of the comparison. This is an import to the face database. Here's the exported face database. For example, to export the face database, we can export the machine's face database directly in the form of a file. Let's back to the desktop. This is an import. Let's export the face database first. Click OK. Here you can see a file has been exported. We now delete all faces. There is no face now. Let's try to add the face database back directly. Select this and click OK. Select Desktop. Let's select the file we just did. Click OK. Let's now operate the attendance record export. First of all, let's open the log and see. Then select the time we want to export your attendance, like 24th or 25th. Click OK. We can start with a direct search. We are now able to see the exist and entries of people on the list during these 2 days. We click Export. When exporting the records, then on work time and off work, click in time are required. Let's say it's 6 o'clock. Click OK. Then it jumps to an option to save the pass. We save it on the desktop. Click OK. That indicates you exported successfully. And name the file. Click OK. Let's find out this file on the desktop. That's what we just exported. Let's open it and take a look. This is some of the attendance records we just generated. Close it. Let's take a look at the visitors record. We click on visitors. Then again pick a time, like the 24th. Click OK. And this is the date of search, also 23:59 on the 24th. Click OK. Then we click search. We can see that there are 229 visitor records. This is what just now we searched. Then we will export it out. Again, let's choose the path to save. Click OK. That means saved successfully. And name the file. Click OK. We can take a look at the file that just exported. We double-click it to open. This is the visitor records. The visitors record contains a stranger and one in blacklist. Like this one, I have added him to the blacklist just now. That's why he's still showing up as a visitor in the morning. Now let's look at the device parameter settings. We click on the icon of the parameter settings. The first name that pops up is the capturing intervals of pictures. The default is 3 seconds. What this means is to avoid taking pictures repeatedly for a short time. The second is about the snap picture quality parameter. The higher the value, the better the picture quality. The third line is about the blur parameter of the image from the face recognition capture. That's what it means. The smaller the value, the cleaner it is. The first one is for the living body threshold for face recognition. The higher the value, the more likely it is to be a living organism. Be safe. The fifth word is the score threshold for face recognition. The higher this parameter is set, the higher the resemblance, the safer it is. The sixth one is the threshold for the number of the same person identified, default 3 times. What it means is to set the number of the times for the face repeatedly recognized within the camera's recognition range, no longer recognized after reach the default number of time. Then the person needs to exit the camera's view only if you will enter the screen. This is the distance for the temperature measurement. The default is 1 meter. We don't need to set the exposure threshold. The measurement word is the temperature compensation factor. That means to increase the compensation temperature in a relatively harsh environment, improve the accuracy of temperature measurement. This is the temperature detection switch. The default is open. Alex is the temperature-related relay. If it's relation, abnormal temperature measurement will be output to this alarm relay. If it's unrelated, it will not respond. This is the temperature measurement voice broadcast. You can choose no broadcasting or broadcast exception only, or broadcast the temperature value. 3 modes can be selected. Here is the switch of the temperature units, Fahrenheit, degree, and centigrade. Here is the threshold for normal body temperature. The default is 37.3 degrees, and for temperature above this, it's abnormal. Here is the black and white list comparison switch. When it's closed, it won't compare. While it's open, it will compare the black and white list information. The default is open. Here is the relay associated with the black and white list of face recognition. You can choose relation or unrelated. That means the linkage alarm after the face comparison. If it's unrelated, there will be no response. This is the voice broadcast for face recognition. There are 3 kinds: no broadcasting, broadcast exception only, and broadcasting. This is the mask detection switch, which to open or close the mask detection. This is the mask detection mode. It has epidemic mode and non-epidemic mode, 2 kinds. If you are in epidemic mode, you need to wear a mask. If you are not wearing a mask, it is abnormal. In non-epidemic mode, it does not detect whether the person is wearing a mask or not. Here is the relay associated with the mask. When you choose relation, when detecting no mask, it will close to relay to alarm. If choose unrelated, it will not respond. And here is default unrelated. Here is the voice broadcast of the mask detection. It has 2 modes. One is low broadcasting, another is broadcast exception only. If you choose the broadcasting, it won't broadcast the results of the mask detection. If you choose broadcast exception only, it only broadcasts when detecting not wearing the mask. After we have completed all the settings, we need to click Save here. Once we've saved this will take effect. Then we are going to work with this setting. Now it exists.
Pause. Abnormal temperature. Pause. Abnormal temperature.
Let's take a look at the setting for how the machine turns on and off the field night, or how to synchronize time. First, we open the IP search tool. Then click Search. Double-click the IP address, just search it. The device will automatically redirect to the browser log screen. Input username and password in the log box. The default is admin. Click OK. Then we click the settings. You can see that one is the version information of the device, like 200513 means May of 2020. If its order is probably 204 or something, we click on the time. If you want to change the time, we can synchronize the time of the computer directly. Click PC, just click OK. In this way, the time of the machine is synchronized with the time of the computer. Let's see how to upgrade. For upgrade, we choose here. Then select the firmware to upgrade from the browser here. Then click Upgrade and you are done. The second column is an option to restore the factory settings. What we mean by that is, does the IP address remain the same after restoring the factory settings? If you take it off, then it reverts to the default IP address of 192.168.1.18. And then after restore the factory settings, the face pictures stored in the machine and some of the attendance records of visitors will be cleared. So we must pay attention to it. The third column is a recalibration of the temperature, while we do not usually need to use it. Another feature here is the ability to restart the device directly from this page. Just click Restart. Let's take another look at the equipment's field light settings. Click the camera, then select the light settings. And then here we can hear the sound of a live monitoring. We can turn the sound off. Then we come back here. This is a light setting. The default is an automatic mode. It's lit up from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We can change the time. For example, modify it to 7 in the evening. Then click Save. Then it's light up from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Or we can choose it to do it manually. You can manually choose to make it on or off all the time. For example, we click to close, then click Save. In this way, the light is always off and never on. We will change it to automatic mode. The time was also changed back to 6. Click to save. Let's take another look at the audio broadcast. That means our version after 0513. We can modify the device voice broadcast here. If we were to change to Australian, we just click the Australian. Then the device popped up with the message to restart. Click OK. Then we wait for the device to restart. After the equipment restart is completed, his voice broadcast will become the Australian language.